It's recap time. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and this is not my usual intro. This is a bit of a special episode. Unfortunately, I will be away for a few days, and I found out this interesting way of filling the gaps with recaps from previous episodes. If this is your first time here, use it as an opportunity to find topics that you might be interested in and go back to listen to the original ones. If you are a usual listener of the Shower Podcast, well, again, this might be a rehearsal of topics that you might be interested in. Otherwise, I understand if you want to wait for me to be back. But in the meanwhile, the podcast needs to continue and we need to reach day 365. Having said that, I will not keep you longer. Thank you very much for listening. As always, a like and a subscribe. They are always welcome. And now, recap time.
Welcome to the deep dive. So, you asked us to jump straight into Chip's recent Shower Podcast episodes.
Yeah, numbers 283, 284, and 285, right?
Exactly. We're going to pull out the main takeaways for you right now.
And these are interesting sources because they're not like polished lectures.
Right.
They're really just Chip's thoughts straight from his own experiences. It's this cool mix of like behavioral economics, but also just super relatable daily habit stuff.
It's a really neat way to get your head around some complex ideas just through his personal lens.
Yeah.
So our mission here is basically to distill all that.
And hey, if any of this sparks something for you, like an aha moment.
Yeah, definitely go check out Chip's original episodes. You'll get the full, unscripted context.
Okay, so we'll go chronologically. Start with number 283, which is about motivation, sort of Chip's personal fix for procrastination.
And we'll shift gears a bit.
Into those psychological biases that, well, quietly run a lot of our lives, our decisions about money, jobs, relationships.
Okay, let's do it. Episode 283. He called it Make Them Shine. And the core idea is really about treasuring your achievements.
Yeah.
Holding onto them so tight, it actually stops you from sliding backwards.
He kicks it off by just admitting he's got this pretty extreme relationship with procrastination.
Yeah, he describes it as living on a spectrum, right?
Exactly. He's either like full-on OCD style, clean and organized, feeling really satisfied,
Right.
or he deliberately lets everything descend into chaos.
Which sounds counterintuitive, but he says the chaos is actually a tool.
Yeah, he lets that discomfort build up until it basically forces him to clean up, to escape the mess.
But here's the interesting part, the real insight. He talks about this special third moment.
Right, that little window of time just after you've clawed your way back from the chaos.
That moment you get back to the good part of the spectrum, as he puts it. It's brief, maybe even euphoric.
And that feeling, that specific moment, is key because he applies it even to tiny things, like daily chores.
The faucet example.
The faucet example, yeah. If he's just cleaned it, it's sparkling, no watermarks. The next time he uses it, he wipes it down immediately. Takes, 2 seconds?
Just to keep it looking brand new.
Exactly. It's about maintaining the achievement, not just waiting for it to get messy again.
Okay, so let's unpack how this scales up. I mean, a faucet is one thing.
Sure.
But what about bigger life stuff? Like, say you really fall behind at uni. You have a terrible few weeks, it takes a massive effort, tons of pain just to catch up. You're finally back at zero.
Right. Back to the starting line.
Chip argues that because it took so much energy to get there, you have to treasure that moment.
Mm-hmm. That achievement, just getting back to square one, is a victory in itself.
You need to actively remember how awful it was to get back.
And use that memory.
Yes. Use it as a really strong deterrent so you don't slip back into that procrastination cycle again.
What's interesting here, I think, is how he reframes the achievement. It's not just a milestone. It becomes like preventative maintenance.
Like a mental trophy you keep polishing.
Yeah, exactly like that. It's a constant reminder of the effort involved. And he believes this builds real self-confidence.
How so?
Well, by recognizing, hey, I've bounced back from this before, actually many times. The next time you slip, the psychological hit feels less damaging.
You know the way out.
You know the way out, and the bounce back gets faster. It becomes a known process.
Okay, so that's about managing our own habits, our own little wins. But then Chip shifts focus in the next couple of episodes.
Yeah, 284 and 285 were his weekend drop episodes. Shorter, punchier dives into big concepts.
Starting with loss aversion in 284.
Loss aversion, a classic. Fundamentally, it's just that bias where losing something hurts more than gaining the same thing feels good.
Like losing 20 euros feels way worse than finding 20 euros feels great.
Exactly. It's a core part of our decision-making wiring. Goes back to Kahneman and Tversky, 1979.
Prospect theory.
Prospect theory, yeah. They basically showed that losses hit us about twice as hard emotionally as equivalent gains.
It's a survival instinct, right? Avoiding threats feels more urgent than chasing rewards.
Totally. But Chip really digs into how this plays out beyond just money. That's the key takeaway.
Right, like with jobs.
Yeah, think about it. You might really hate your job, but the fear of losing that steady paycheck, that security...
Feels stronger than the potential upside of finding a job you actually love.
Precisely. Or staying in a relationship that's maybe run its course, because the thought of losing that person, even if it's not great, feels worse than being alone or starting over.
You see it in finance too, don't you? With investors holding on to losing stocks.
Oh, absolutely. There's research showing even pros do this. They avoid selling a losing stock because selling means realizing the loss.
Making it official.
Making it official. It confirms the failure, and that hurts even if holding on is financially irrational.
So the big danger Chip points out here is it keeps us stuck.
It keeps us playing small. We get so focused on avoiding the potential pain of loss that we miss out on potential growth, potential gains. The what if I lose just drowns out the what if I gain.
Okay, so if we know this about ourselves, what can we actually do about it? Awareness is step one, sure.
Awareness is huge. But then there are tools. Chip mentioned loss reappraisal.
Which is basically changing the story you tell yourself.
Kind of, yeah. It's a cognitive shift. So instead of focusing on what could I lose here, you consciously ask, okay, what could I learn from this, even if it doesn't work out?
Turning potential failure into a learning opportunity.
Exactly. Reframing the risks.
And the other tool.
Deliberate exposure, taking small manageable risks on purpose.
Like building up tolerance.
Yeah, like exercising a muscle. You gradually get more comfortable with uncertainty and small setbacks so they don't paralyze you when bigger things come along.
So, putting it all together, Chip's saying the real loss isn't the thing you might lose.
It's the growth you never even reached for because you were too busy protecting yourself from, well, manageable pain.
That idea of hidden costs, that links directly into the next episode, 285, doesn't it?
It really does. He points out that opportunity cost, the focus of 285, shares that pattern with loss aversion. It's another one of those invisible forces shaping our choices.
So opportunity cost, what's a quick definition?
It's the value of the best alternative you give up whenever you make a decision.
The road not taken.
A road not taken, exactly. And crucially, it's not just about money. It's about time, attention, energy, even who you become.
Every time you say yes to something.
You're saying no to countless other things, implicitly.
But we're bad at seeing that no, aren't we? Chip mentioned narrow framing.
Yeah, that's Kahneman again. We tend to focus only on the thing right in front of us, like, should I buy this product? And we completely ignore what else we could do with that money, or, importantly, that time.
We don't calculate the sacrifice.
We don't. We zoom in on the yes, and the no just fades into the background, which explains why we end up, overcommitted. Saying yes to meetings that aren't useful or social things we don't really want to do.
While the opportunity cost, maybe deep work or rest or time with family, just slips away unseen.
And the most critical resource here, the one Chip really emphasizes, is time.
Because you can't get it back. Money comes and goes, but time spent is gone forever.
Right. And research shows we consistently undervalue our own time. We trade it away too cheaply for low-impact stuff, endless scrolling, pointless tasks.
Okay, so this is where it gets really practical.
Yeah.
If time is the ultimate opportunity cost, how do we guard it?
Well, Chip lands on a pretty powerful tool, the word no.
He brings up that Warren Buffett quote, doesn't he?
He does. The one about how really successful people say no to almost everything.
It sounds extreme, but the point is prioritization, right?
Exactly. It's about understanding that saying yes sparingly is the only way to truly commit to the things that matter most, to go deep.
So the challenge Chip puts out there is basically audit your yeses.
Pretty much. Before you commit to something, just pause. Ask yourself honestly, what am I trading this for? What am I saying no to by saying yes to this?
And if that trade doesn't feel worth it,
then that insight should guide your next decision. It forces you to align your actions with what you really value.
wow. So the life you end up living isn't just about the doors you walk through.
It's fundamentally shaped by all the doors you consciously choose not to open, the sacrifices you make. Opportunity cost is always there, Chip reminds us, so we better choose wisely what we ignore.
Okay, that's a lot we just covered from those 3 episodes. Let's quickly recap the arc Chip laid out.
Sure. First, build that habit of making achievements shine. Use past success as a motivator, a defense against backsliding.
Then, get smart about loss aversion. Understand that fear of loss so you can choose growth instead of just playing it safe.
And finally, always be aware of opportunity cost. Recognize that invisible price tag on every single choice, especially concerning your time.
Right. So we've talked about how the true cost of decisions is often hidden in the alternatives, the emotional baggage, which leads to a final thought for you to chew on. If that's true, how can we really treasure an achievement like Chip suggests in that first episode?
Okay.
If we haven't first really grappled with the unseen opportunity cost, the potential losses we navigated from EP 284 and 285 to even get to that achievement.
Interesting. Is really understanding the know everything you sacrificed or risked actually the key to truly appreciating the yes?
Something to think about.
Yeah.
We hope breaking down these sources from Chip gave you a clear, quick way to get informed on his thinking here.
Yeah, hopefully it's useful.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Stay consistent, stay resilient. Thank you for listening.
See you tomorrow.